I noticed that this time of year when weather start, they make a prediction of snow or ice or something. When fear comes up, then identification pops right in. I'm a person who has to deal with it.
Mhm. In a way, it really doesn't matter where the body is, what's happening. Sometimes we're at the beach, we're complaining that it's too windy or maybe it's too hot. Sometimes we're in California, we're wishing it was raining, it's too dry. Sometimes we're in a rainy place, we're wishing it was drier. There isn't the perfection that we seek. It's not in the world, in the body, in the mind. If you are hoping to find the peaceful place, you will not find it, because you will be bringing to that peaceful place your unpeaceful mind. But a place that may not be peaceful, when your mind is peaceful, then the place is peaceful, because your mind is peaceful. When you are hoping to find happiness in your relationship, you will not find it, because you haven't found the happiness within yourself. And so you bring in the relationship your own unhappiness. So when we notice that our mind is complaining about the world, we are finding the troublemaker. We are noticing the troublemaker. Wants to stir things up, you see. Because there is no problem with the snow, with the cold. Because we can, as best we can, seek shelter and turn on the heat and or the fireplace, or put on warmer clothes, you see. It's very simple at the body level, but at the mind level, it's very different, because at the mind level, we don't like it. So you cannot put a coat or give a sweater to the mind. You see, you can give a sweater to the body, you see, or warmer temperature for the body, but for the mind that doesn't like, you cannot change the temperature, you see. Right?
You don't sell mind sweaters?
Mind sweaters. Thermostat, the mind thermostat. But the mind is not the master, you see. The mind is within our hands to restore order, you see. So when we recognize the troublemaker and we give that troublemaker full power, then we are subject to that troublemaker, like in the classroom. If you have your teacher and you have one kid who's troublemaker and they run the class, then you have chaos in the whole class, you see. You have to tell them to go out in the hallway, you see. You see, the mind thoughts are not apart from you. They are so completely intimate with you, which makes your work so easy because you don't have to go anywhere to find the mind. It's right there, right there. The thought arises right there. Oh my goodness. What's going to happen to me this winter? What's going to happen to me tomorrow? It's going to snow, it's going to be cold. So that thought is right there. So you can immediately address that thought. Say, nothing. Nothing is happening. Nothing. Nothing is happening to me or will happen to me. But you have to be clear that that's true. You cannot try to tell a lie to the mind, to that thought, and it will see through it. It will play with you. You're playing with yourself. You have to be clear that it doesn't matter what's happening in the world. It doesn't matter what's happening to the body. Because what's happening to the body is not happening to you. Is that a tough one? It's true that whatever is happening to the body is happening to the body. We cannot deny that, right? The body is cold. We cannot deny that.
But it draws me in to start identifying with it.
So we look, am I cold? We look at that. Yes, the body is cold, there is tremor and so on. And we're experiencing a weather, a bodily weather, right? But the I that is experiencing this bodily weather, that is witnessing it, that is perceiving it, what is that? You have to look, you see, because the inquiry requires your investigation. It's not a freebie. You have to look. You have to inquire. You have to reflect. You have to contemplate. The body is cold. Am I cold? What is this I that is cold? What is the I? What is this I that is cold? What is happening to I? What is the I? What is happening to I? First, what is the I? Right? It's a good question. So I ask myself, what is I? I am asking, what is I? In a way, it's ridiculous, right? For I to be asking, what is I? Because I am I. Well, we cannot.
I'm not identified with body.
Well, when I'm identified with the body, then I have chosen to be the body. Then when I say, what am I? Then my answer is, I am the body, because I have chosen to identify with the body, right? So if I decide that, yes, I am the body, then I will experience everything that the body is experiencing as happening to I, as it's happening to I, right? But what we are pointing to is the possibility of ending this impression of living out of the stillness, and that stillness does not move with the movements of the world, body, mind. That you remain as the unmoved I, the non-objective, the formless self, you see. This is what we are talking about. We're not here to just repeat what we already know, that, yeah, I am the body. I am the body is an option, but it's not a happy option, of course, because of the mortality of the body. You experience the body, we do not deny that. Meaning that you, when I say you experience, meaning the body appears to you.
It's when the negative things happen is when I get hooked. You mean that?
When the negative things happen, that means you've already identified before,
yeah.
Because if you have not identified it, then whatever is appearing is neutral.
Yeah.
Everything that appears would be neutral.
Yeah.
A toothache would be neutral. It's an intense neutral. It's like, not all painting is pastel pink. Some paintings is purple, dark purple. Some paintings are black. Some paintings are very thin pastel, pistachio color, etc., right? But they're still neutral. When you go to the museum and you see all these different paintings, they're all neutral. They're all very different, but they're neutral. So when you say there is something negative that happens, that means you've already identified. You've already identified with the body, and you are separating. You are in good and bad. So you will experience good and bad, and you will be happy when good things are happening and unhappy when bad things are happening. But that's not peace, you see. That's not the peace. So we're not speaking about a theoretical state where we can do some kind of trick to feel the peace. To realize that what is like in this very moment, I am. Yes. This I that is, that you know I am. Does it have a gender? When you say I right now, the I am. Is there a gender? It's just I, yes? Just the I. You're saying yes, but that's, you don't say yes on my behalf. Yes, huh?
It's neutral.
Yes, it's just, it has no gender, has no form. The I, when I say I, and I look at I right now, I don't look at the tree, I don't look at the couch, I don't look at anything, right? But yet, I know I am. Yes? I know I am. But I don't know I am because I went and I found I am somewhere. I said, oh yeah, you know, I went to the kitchen and I came back, yes, I am. Because I found something in the kitchen. No. I am is a direct recognition of being. So the knowing of I am and the being of I am are one. The knowing I am and the being I am are one. So I know I am as being I am. But that does not add a form. There is no going to the body and asking the body, okay, hey, tell me, and then the body says, yes, here it is, I pinch you, okay, you are, here's the pinch. So you come back and you say, yeah, I am. I asked the body and it pinched or whatever, and I am because I've checked with the body. It's not like that. That's your direct experience, right? That you directly know I am without ever going anywhere.
And there's no conditions on it.
There are no conditions. There isn't like, yeah, I am if
the weather's good.
I am when the weather is good. I am when the weather is good. I am more when the weather is good, and I'm less when the weather is not good.
It's a little absurd.
It's very absurd. Very absurd. So we realize the absurdity, you see, within ourselves, you see. You have to realize the absurdity, because otherwise the absurdity would run you, would seem to be true. So you keep coming back to the truth in your experience, what's real in your experience, not what's real in your thinking, what seems to be real in your thinking. Because your thinking is so conditioned. It starts with, I am John, I am Maggie, I am Hart. It starts with that. It doesn't examine that. It starts with that as an absolute premise. And since it starts with that premise, everything that's subsequent has that premise within it. It has that premise within it. And as soon as there is the premise that I am this body-mind, then there are all sorts of conditions, because the body-mind is completely subject to conditions. Hunger, thirst, gravity, love, resting, blah, blah, you name it. Right? Social gatherings and belonging. All this at the body-mind level. I mean, look at the little child. Could be less than a year old. If the mommy or daddy leaves for 5 minutes, they are like, mama, papa, mama, papa. They cannot be still there crying. As soon as they see mommy or daddy, they're like, back to the piece. You see, the condition. That's not even 1 year old. So it starts at the body-mind level, you see. But the inquiry is always in the reality. Because if we do not inquire into the reality, we remain with the illusion. We remain with the download. We all have the download. We all know the download. I am this person. Well, what's going to happen to me? What's going to happen to my relationship? What happened to my wealth, my health, my bank account, my, I don't know, This all is the conditioned. And we can live a whole life like that, you see. Concerned about me, and of course not concerned about others, watching. And then we are 8 years old, you see, the body is 8 years old. And we say, what was that all about? It's like a rerun, that movie, Groundhog Day. It's like Groundhog Day for 70, 80 years. It's in a way like that. There isn't the freshness of being, you see, freshness of being.